Board members present, to my left is Roy Akery, the fire chief, and to his left is Scott Stokes, the director of public works. Christiana Craddock is the executive assistant to the city administrator, and she will be taking the official meeting minutes. First item is a public hearing, variance request V16028, allow increase in height of accessory structure from 15 feet to 16.5 feet, land lot 346, 2.13 acres, 2416 South Cobb Drive, John Harrelson, U-Haul of Atlanta. Good morning.
Good morning.
And for the record, can you state your name and tell us about your variance request?
Yes, John Hairston.
Okay.
And it is to increase the height from 15 feet to 16 and a half feet.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about the structure?
Absolutely. It's a freestanding canopy that we have to enhance the service for our employees and customers.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant?
Is it bolted to the ground, or is it just set up like a tent?
It is. It is bolted into the ground, and it fits the highest hurricane rating. So it's very stable.
What's that?
I'm sorry?
Which hurricane?
As far as wind rating? So it's the highest as far as strength.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, at this time, we'll have comments by Mr. Joey Stobbs, the
Okay.
staff, please.
Thanks.
Good morning. The applicant's requesting a variance at 2416 South Cobb Drive to allow an increase in height of the accessory structure from 15 feet to 16 and a half feet. It is a canopy structure approximately 100 feet from the front entrance of the store, and it is a canopy that allows customers to drive through and park the rental vehicles there and provide covering while they drop off and have the U-Haul employees take it and do what they have to do. I believe it's a common structure used by all U-Haul stores. It's just a something they've designed and use everywhere. It is about 16 and a half feet. The ordinance allows structures up to 15 feet, but due to the height of some of those vehicles, they need it to be a little larger. We feel like it's a reasonable increase to do what they need it to do, and so we've recommended approval of the request. Have not heard any complaints or any comments from the community. We've posted signs, and it's been properly advertised, so we've recommended approval.
Any questions from the staff? All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone has comments about this particular variance request, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V16-028, allow increase in height of accessory structure from 15 feet to 16.5 feet, land lot 346, 2.13 acres, 2416 South Cobb Drive, U-Haul of Atlanta.
Second motion.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16028. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V16029, allow increase in impervious area from 35% to 38.7%, land lot 406, 0.22 acres, 1139 Queens Gate Drive, Scott and Whitney Taylor. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good. And for the record, can you please state your name and also tell us about your variance request?
Sure. My name is Scott Taylor, and we have an existing deck built onto the back of our house that was built 16 years ago when the house was built, so it needs repair. And what we're actually looking to do is just replace the deck, add a screened-in porch, and by doing that, we want to expand the deck out to also have an unfinished, or I guess not unfinished, but an exposed deck as well. And in doing so, the way the houses were built in our neighborhood, they put big houses on small plots of land, and so we were already right at that 35%, and so we just need a little bit more room to build that deck.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? All right. Well, at this time, we'll have comments by the staff, please.
The applicant is at 1139 Queensgate Drive, asking for an increase in the impervious area from 35% to 38.7%. It's just as he just described. There's an existing single-family home, two-story home on the property right at a little bit over 35% currently. And to do the modifications they're requesting, it would put it at roughly 38.7%. And they are rebuilding a deck and adding a screened porch to that. It's already been brought forward to the HOA, and the HOA's reviewed it and approved it. The city engineer has reviewed the request. He was supportive of the request. There's no other setback reductions or any other conflicts with the ordinance with this request, so they would just need the impervious coverage increase. Therefore, we've recommended, we reviewed it, we've recommended approval with one condition, that approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. It's been properly posted and advertised. No complaints or no opposition from the request.
Any questions for the staff? And for the applicant, Mr. Taylor, for the record, do you accept the one condition as stated?
Yes, ma'am. It'll be built exactly like the site plan calls for.
Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V16-029 to allow the increase in impervious area from 35% to 38.7% for land lot 406.22 acre located at 1139 Queensgate Drive for Scott and Whitney Taylor, with the one condition as read into the minutes by staff.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16029. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next item is a public hearing. Variance request V16030 allows side setback reduction from 12 feet to 7 feet. Land lot 526, 0.42 acres, 3486 Lee Street. Holly Rogers is the applicant. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And for the record, can you state your name and then tell us about your variance request?
Yes, it's Holly Rogers. So what we want to do is we have a flat front ranch style home, and we just want to bring out a covered parking area over our existing driveway. So we have a driveway now, so we would just come straight out on the front of the house on the left side, which already sits at about 7 feet back.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? All right, at this time we'll have comments by the staff.
The applicant is requesting a side setback reduction from 12 feet to 7 feet at 3486 Lee Street. This is a pretty common request with the older homes on property where new zoning requirements are adopted. To do the addition on that side, it is already at 7 feet, so if they follow that same building line forward, it would need a setback reduction of 7 to 7 feet also. As for basically for a carport, that would be in the area of where the driveway is, so there would not be additional impervious surface. We've approved similar requests previously, and we've properly advertised it. There's been no comments from the community. We've reviewed it, recommend approval with one condition. That approval should be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan and elevation submitted with the variance application.
Okay. Any questions for the staff?
I had one, Joey, just for clarification. So the existing house is already non-conforming at 7 feet because that's the way it was built, right?
Correct.
And what they're talking about doing is just with the addition, even though it's going to follow that same non-conforming side line, that's what spawned this need for this variance?
Correct. The building already sits, and it's legal non-conforming now, and they want to bring that forward. Otherwise, it would have a 5-foot offset,
Right.
to make it comply, and it would not look right, or
Right.
for
Okay.
lack of a better word.
That's all I had.
Okay. And for the applicant, do you accept the one condition as stated? And for the record, can you speak into the mic?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Ms. Rogers, I just had one quick, sorry. So this I'm going to call it like a covered carport. So is this an enclosed garage,
It'll
or
be
is
open.
it just it'll be open?
It'll
on,
just be like a gable, an A-frame that will come out so that we can fit both cars under
right.
it.
Is it going to be open on 3 sides or just open in the front?
All 3 sides.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V16-030, allow side setback reduction from 12 feet to 7 feet, land lot 526.42 acres, 3486 Lee Street, with the following condition: that approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the substantial compliance with the site plan and elevations submitted with the variance application.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16030. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V16031, allow accessory structure in side yard, land lot 376, 0.30 acres, 2680 Linwood Drive, Chuck and Inez Fuller. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. And for the
Thank-
record, can you state your name and then tell us about your variance request?
Yeah, name's Chuck Fuller.
I'm Inez Fuller.
Okay.
We're asking to put a shed parallel to our house because I was injured in Iraq in 2004, and the only storage we have is above the garage, which uses a fold-down ladder, which I can't use to get the stuff up and down. So we're asking to put a shed on the side of the house. We don't have a backyard. The backyard, we have a porch coming off the house, but there's not enough room on the back.
Okay.
We'll push the shed back as far as we can.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? And it's our understanding the shed currently exists already?
It doesn't. It's laying. It's not parallel.
Okay.
So we're going to turn it parallel, move it back.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, at this time,
Okay.
we'll have questions or comments from the staff, please.
The applicant is requesting a variance to 2680 Linwood Drive to allow accessory structure in the side yard, and additionally, it should say have its side setback reduction from 10 feet to 5 feet, just to be clear. It is a new single-family, one-story single-family house that was built probably less than a year ago, and the applicant has constructed a shed in the side. It's on the side of the house. As he said, the rear of the house has a deck and an ADA accessible ramp, leaving literally like no area behind the house to put an accessory structure where the ordinance says that it should be. So it is on the side of the house. There's a fence between it and the road. You really just see the roof of the structure, and it's a normal size 12 by 24 shed. So we've seen similar variances to this before. We posted notice on the property and advertised, had not heard any complaints or comments from the community. We recommended approval of the variance. And that's it.
Okay. Any questions?
I just had, just for sake of clarification, the variance request reads to allow, this accessory structure in the side yard. But just for the sake of the record, what you stated, just so I'm clear, is in addition to that, we're contemplating the reduction of a side yard setback from 10 to 5 in addition to the side yard accessory structure. Is that right?
Right. If not to make it too complicated, but the yard is defined as the area between the property line and the setback line. The setback line being at 10 feet. Anything within that is the side yard. So this structure being in the side yard also needs a setback reduction.
Gotcha.
And that would be from 10 feet to 5 feet. If it was outside of the setback, it would be outside of the side yard.
Okay.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request V16-031 to allow accessory structure in the side yard and to allow the reduction of side yard setback from 10 feet to 5 feet for land lot 376.30 acre located at 2680 Linwood Drive for Chuck and Inez Fuller.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V16031. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is approval of the May 25th, 2016 License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the May 25th, 2016 License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve the meeting minutes from May the 25th, 2016. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. And before we end this meeting, I'd like to say happy birthday to our staff person, Joey Stobbs.
We probably won't sing happy birthday, but I hope you're sufficiently embarrassed.
All right. With that said, this meeting is adjourned at 10:18 a.m. Thank you, everyone.